Insecurity in the Southeast has remained, in the front burner. Yesterday, I spoke with the President General of Ohaneze Indigo, Chief Emmanuel Wanyawu, and he's of the opinion that the arrest of the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has remained an issue causing unrest in the Southeast. The position of that social-cultural group is that President Tinubu should release him. But I'm joined now by someone who holds what appears a contrary opinion. Chukwuka Ofoegbu, also known as Ijele Speaks on Twitter, is a security analyst and investigative blogger. Thank you for joining us on the program this hour. So you have said that there is no going back on the federal government's stance on Nnamdi Kanu. But just yesterday, I think it was 2 days ago, Igbo leaders met in Abuja and they agreed to work together, across political divides to fight insecurity in the Southeast. One of the resolutions is to meet with the president. Do you consider it a step in the right direction that these leaders are willing to work together?
Good evening, my brother. Thank you so much for having me this wonderful evening. It's a step in the right direction depending on what you're standing, where you're standing, and a step in the wrong direction depending on where you're standing also. For instance, there is no average Igbo man who is not a brainwashed IPOB member or someone whose mind has been beclouded by the lies of the Biafra. Then the rest are the people that are benefiting from it. Then the meeting they held, you said they held and decided to go and meet with the presidency or the president. Who and who did they contact? Who and who were in the meeting? Did you contact any of the victims, families of the victims, all these deserted communities, their leaders, those that have been harmed by these ESN criminals, those that have been blackmailed, their names destroyed because they spoke up against this ESN? Now, let me address the man you just mentioned. This man was the owner of Hadel and Enix.
Hold on, Ijele. Before you address him, we're going to get to the position of the President General. But when you talk about that meeting, this wasn't just, these are not ordinary people. We're talking about lawmakers. 2 out of the 5 governors in the Southeast were present.
How many of them consulted their constituents?
Come on, they are lawmakers. They are governors. They are lawmakers should know what happens in their constituencies, shouldn't they? Even governors as well.
My brother, these people, most of their people will never see them until the next election cycle. Let them show us. We went to social community. We contacted those people. A community like Osuitukwa that has been deserted. People's mansions have been overrun by criminals, living there, doing everything. Mansions worth millions, in total billions of naira. Try and take your cameraman to that place and see what they've rendered it to. Are we talking about Igbo, where they are now selling human parts like a goat slaughterhouse? All of these things, and none of them is talking about it. They don't want to meet with anybody. They don't want to assuage the pains of the people. So many people are in pain because they couldn't even see their loved ones and give them a proper funeral.
We want to believe, Ijele, that this was why this meeting held. Now they have resolved to meet with the president. We don't know what their cases are, but, like I said, I spoke with the President General yesterday. Let's hear what he said precisely about, the release of Nnamdi Kanu and how it would change the situation of things in the Southeast.
We, as a people, we have looked at the substance of Nnamdi Kanu's case. The judiciary in Nigeria has declared Nnamdi Kanu to be freed. We in Ohaneze, we the Igbos, we are law-abiding citizens. We believe in the power of judiciary. If a judiciary has examined the case and said that Nnamdi Kanu should be released, we believe that any good government should release the person. When the judiciary says he should be released, and we have not been told any serious offense Nnamdi Kanu committed.
So, Ijele, the President General is saying that the release of Nnamdi Kanu is critical to restoring peace back in the Southeast because most of those who are carrying arms right now are doing it under, under the umbrella of having the man released. Do you agree with him?
No, my brother, please, if you would allow me, just let me land my point very well. See, the person, like I tried to make this point with my opening, I said, try and separate the needs and wants of the ordinary Igbo man and the needs and wants of the Igbo ruling class. For instance, Nnamdi Kanu is a mask being worn by Southeast politicians. In order to keep deceiving their people, they'll be waiting for Biafra. The violence you are seeing did not start today. Nnamdi Kanu started it before he went inside. Before 2020, he has been doing this. Now, let me address that Chief Ibaneli. He's from my state. I'm from Imo State. How many times has he, in a personal or official capacity, consulted with the Imo State governor, his own state governor, on how to solve this issue? This man, his company, Hadel and Enix, used to be awarded so many contracts. Please, you people should go and do some research. And I also heard he is a shareholder in CCC. These are companies that have been getting contracts, doing nothing for the people. They will eat the money and direct the people to be focusing their anger elsewhere. Please, when you hear me saying this thing,
if I can butt in again, Mr. Ijele, because I don't want this conversation to be about the person of, Chief Wanyawu. He was speaking, just a minute. He was speaking on behalf of Ohaneze Ndigbo, a social cultural organization that was formed 47 years ago by Professor Ben Wambueze, after the defunct Igbo State Union. There's a substantial number of Igbo people who subscribe to them as the voice of the Southeast. Don't you agree?
Let me land my point. It's not about one person. You should have let me finish. I wanted to calculate all of them. The Ben Wambueze you are talking about, was he not the same person alongside that Gironsi that brought the Decree 101 that kept us where we are today? This is the point I'm trying to make. These are the same people that have been holding the region hostage for over, if you can go back, if you have to do it maybe from their fathers or the people they took from, it's over a century right now. You are not getting it. They want, not just him, check the entire Ohaneze people. Who voted for them? Who put them there? Where are their offices in Anambra, Enugu, Imo, and Ebonyi? You will meet 1 million Igbo men and women, and none knows where their offices are. These are people that are defending their own interests. Let me explain it further. When the people are not focused on this Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu's deception, they will be asking what they are doing with their money. If Ohaneze is representing Ndigbo, why is it that in the Southeast, federal roads are better than state roads, except for Ebonyi and Imo State? Why is it that any governor that is working, actually doing the job for the people, they would like to blackmail him, spoil his name, and those that are giving the money, they will keep quiet? Go to Anambra State today. The Onitsha is the commercial hub of Igbo land. There is no single kiosk. I didn't say plaza or market. No single kiosk put there by the state government in all of the major markets.
All right.
All of them were built by the individuals. What is the Ohaneze doing?
Let us explore what you think the solution should be, because right now these individuals represent the popularity of the people. They were voted for. They are lawmakers. They are governors. They are a social cultural group. They are now planning to meet the president. We don't know what they intend to say, but according to the President General, his position is that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. What do you think? How do you think the president should respond to the insecurity challenge in the Southeast?
If Mr. President really wants to help Ndigbo, he should not make the mistake General Yakubu Gowon made. This Biafra has been a fraud from day one. Anybody supporting this is either done or benefiting from it. So if you free Nnamdi Kanu, you've given them that white card. You give them carte blanche to do what they want to do. Let me explain to you what else you don't understand. Nnamdi Kanu promised these boys in the bushes Biafra, and their loyalty to him is because of Biafra. There is no Biafra anywhere. He registered a private business in the UK, IPOB Worldwide Limited. So when you release him now, and the boys start asking him, where is our Biafra? That is if anyone is even thinking about releasing him. Why would you release this guy? It's an insult on the memories of the soldiers, the policemen, other members of law enforcement, civil defense, ordinary individuals, people that were killed, their vehicles sold as spare parts, their body parts sold to people. What are we saying?
So what now is the what is the alternative? Because, just a minute, because I want us to drive this home. We don't have much time. They are saying there have been a lot of military operations in the past. You and I are aware of the exercise Golden Dawn in 2021. Just a minute, Ijele. They are saying that there's an alternative to release him and then let us have a conversation. But you are saying don't release him. You agree that you can kill the bodies, but you can't kill the ideology. So there is a clear line between agitation for secession and act of criminality. Are you saying there are no substantial number of people in the East who buy into the secessionist idea of Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB? How do we get rid of this crime? That's the question.
Let me answer. Your question is longer than my answer. Now, please. Nnamdi Kanu you are talking about is not fighting for any Biafra. Start from there. IPOB was a private business registered in the UK by Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB Worldwide Limited. Start from there. It is not fighting for anything. This is a fraud. The politicians want it because the more people are waiting for the Biafra, is the more they are not checking what they're doing with their locations. This is what I'm trying to let you understand. When they say there has been a military operation, there has never been a serious military operation in the Southeast. I can tell you that. They are always blackmailing the government. Oh, remove the army. They are buying us. They are doing this one. They are killing us. But it's a lie. The people they are going after are the wrong people. These are the evil people, the maniacs these criminals are using. Now, take for instance, remember the attack on the U.S. Embassy staff at Obalu? The people that attacked them, when that thing happened.
Well, we may have to continue this conversation some other time. I was hoping that we could get Ijele's final thought on what could be the alternative to what the Ohanaeze Ndigbo are advising, Mr. President to do. So, Ijele, if you are there, I'm just asking, you don't want the president to release Nnamdi Kanu. What should he do now to solve the insecurity challenge in the Southeast? Just 1 minute.